Welcome back to another video, guys. We'll dive right into it. This is going to be top 3 mistakes I made when I was just getting into sales. And if you're someone that's brand new to sales or considering getting into sales, this will definitely help you with going in the right direction and avoiding what I used to do that really set me back and what most unsuccessful sales reps do when they first start out. So we'll go into mistake number 1, which is just not doing enough volume in terms of working hard enough. So obviously with sales, most positions in terms of the higher paying ones, in terms of earning potential, are 100% commission based. And when you're in sales, the way you actually generate commission is you have to obviously speak to a lot of people, or as much people as you humanly can within the workday. And what I did, which was a big mistake, and what a lot of people do, which is a big mistake, is they only work maybe an hour or two actually out of an 8-hour workday. And what I mean by that is in order to speak to people, you need to pick up the phone and call out to them. And what I would do is I would maybe call for an hour or 2 hours, and I'll do about 100 dials or so. A dial meaning each individual time I'd call someone, maybe book a few appointments, and then wait the rest of the day until those appointments were to be taken. And I'll take the appointments. Sometimes they wouldn't even show up, and then I'll be done working for the day. And as you can tell, that's barely working out. I'm basically part-time, and I'd be surprised as to, hey, why am I not making any money? Well, it's because I was only working an hour or 2 hours a day. So if you're brand new, especially if you're brand new and you don't have much experience selling, you're probably not that skilled. You need to make up for it by putting in as much volume as possible. If you guys know who Alex Hormozi is, he's a billionaire now, I think. He's one of the biggest business people I look up to. He has a saying that's always stuck with me. It's volume negates luck, meaning that you could be super talented, you could be super lucky, but the person that outworks you, they will always win no matter what, just due to the nature of business and life. So that's the first mistake I made, was just not working hard enough. Second mistake was not having proper mentorship and not joining an organization with proper mentorship. So to give you background, when I first started out in sales, I ran my own marketing agency. So obviously I was doing everything on my own. So in order to actually learn how to do stuff, I would either have to go out there and do it and get the experience, or pay someone for mentorship, which I did eventually do, but at the start I didn't, which really set me back. I made no money for a few months. And then when I finally paid someone for a mentorship, my marketing agency that I was running at the time, it hit 6 figures in terms of yearly run rate, but I was doing 5 figures a month. Completely changed it around. And the reason for that is in sales, or just business overall, it's not like a traditional high-paying job like being a doctor or a lawyer where you go to school for it and that's how you get educated. You can literally do it with no experience. And the issue that I had was I thought that I could just do it with no experience and then just start making a lot of money, which is completely ridiculous. Obviously, you don't just become a doctor with no experience. Same thing applies to sales. So in order to get that experience and knowledge, you need some type of mentorship, which is one of the things that really took me a long time to figure out that I actually needed. So that's the second mistake. If you guys are at a company where you don't really have much of a mentorship at all, definitely look into paying someone to mentor you, or even better, just join a company where there is strong mentorship. For example, right now I sell life insurance, and the organization I'm under, it's perfect for mentorship because the co-founder, he used to sell insurance. He used to be the top insurance agent in all America, doing $2 million a year in his own personal production. And now, since I'm in that organization, I can always go to him for help. He hosts daily training calls for the team, and all the scripts we follow are the same exact scripts he would use, and we call the same exact leads. So it makes it way easier to succeed in my situation compared to, let's say, me when I was first starting out, where I was trying to figure out everything on my own with no guidance whatsoever. So if you guys don't have any type of mentorship or someone to coach you on how to do this, you're at a severe disadvantage, and you need to either find one in terms of a mentor or join an organization where there is strong leadership. And then mistake number 3 was the industry I was getting into. And I think a lot of people don't talk about this enough, or there's, in my opinion, propaganda out there that you can succeed in any industry in terms of the same results, which I somewhat agree with. You can make money in any industry, but there are definitely industries where it's way easier to make money. To give you an example of my situation, when I first started, like I was saying, I was running a marketing agency. And then after the marketing agency, I went into selling coaching. And those, compared to what I'm doing now, which is life insurance, is way more difficult. To give you context, when I was selling marketing and coaching, I was trying to sell people on multiple $1,000s a month in payments or just like $10,000 a month in, not $10,000 a month, $10,000 total packages that they had to purchase from me. And I'll get paid usually $500 to $1,000 a sale if I was selling. When I was running my own business, I obviously got all the profit for that. But as a sales rep, you'd make $500 to $1,000 ish per sale. Whereas with life insurance, it costs the person maybe $80 to $150 a month for a life insurance policy, but you still get paid $500 to $1,000. So logically speaking, even if you had no idea what anything was in terms of the industry, it's just based on those price points. Obviously, it's going to be way easier to sell someone on a life insurance policy just because of how cheap it is. As well as you want to make sure that the industry that you're selling in has been proven. For instance, stuff like insurance, real estate, stuff that's been around for super long time that everyone knows about, that everyone knows that they need. Everyone knows they need a house. Everyone knows they need a mortgage. Everyone knows they need life insurance. It's way different with coaching or marketing services. You still have to convince people a lot on if they need it or not. Whereas with what I'm selling now, it's not really me having to convince people on if they need it or not. It's just me guiding them through the process. And if they want, they want. They don't, they don't. Which makes it way easier to sell, which is why it's so important that if you're brand new to sales and you have no experience at all, it's really important to pick an industry that's proven in the sense that the people you're selling to, they know they need it, as well as it's easy to sell in that sense, because you need to put yourself in the best position possible, essentially, to make up for your lack of skill set. And putting yourself in the best situation to do that is by picking the right industry, getting the right mentorship, and obviously doing the most amount of work as possible, like I was saying. But yeah, that's really all there is in terms of all the mistakes, the big 3 mistakes I made when I was first starting out there. Hopefully this helped some of you guys out watching the video. If you guys have any questions about sales or getting into life insurance sales, stuff like that, you can always hit me up on IG. I'll leave it in the description. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.